And rolling.
Rolling. Yeah, I can't believe we're doing this again.
Yeah, welcome to Dermis Mondays.
Although there's something kind of nostalgic. There's something quite nice about doing this because I kind of feel like I'm in my wee comfortable space.
Back to talking rubbish and putting up with a slight delay, talking over each other
Via Facebook video.
Yeah.
So this week, I thought we would probably just do a recap of the year. It's almost been, well, it's been a full year since, because I got a memory on my Facebook feed for the launch of the album. We were doing press videos and media updates and releases for the album coming out, for the singles coming out. When did the first single come out? Was it not the first or second week in February?
See, to be honest, to me, it feels like a blank. I can't even put a date to it. I know it was kind of near, when was the album? April? I can't even remember, because it was just such a, we put so much time and effort in that I actually can't really remember it. It all went so fast. Yeah,
there was a wee memory that came up 1 year ago, and it was it In My Dreams we released first?
No, it was It's Alright, wasn't it? This is shocking.
We don't even know. Yeah, so it's almost been a year since the start of the tracks being released and the sort of run up to the album coming out. So and I kind of feel like we've done quite a lot this year, although it's also been a year where not a lot has happened.
Yeah, we've not really got a lot to show for it, really. We've got an album out, which I think we have to give ourselves a pat on the back for that. I think we've done really well to get that out.
I think we spent a lot of time making sure that we put that time aside. Like when we started the band and we were in lockdown, the first lockdown, we kind of put ourselves, we set some deadlines, didn't we, to kind of get it done.
Yep.
I think we used that time quite well to get the album
Yep.
finished, because a lot of the tracks were just like, there were still demos at that point and we hadn't really got started, you know. And that time spent mixing, doing vocals, I know we had to do it all remotely, but like we made the time to make it happen, and it was quite good. I really enjoyed the process. It was nice.
I feel like we've came so far though, in the sense that now we've went from doing that to actually being a band, which almost feels like a separate project.
Yeah, both the years have been very, very different, haven't they? So that like that first year of starting the band was very much, let's get the tracks done, let's get everything, let's pick the songs we're going to work on, get them finished, work on different sounds. But this year's been the album. When the album got released, we had a few months, and then we got Ollie in the band, and that really changed everything quite a bit.
I felt like it was a year or two halves really for the band, because the first half was just all go. I think that's up there with burning the candle at both ends for me, the amount of stuff that we were doing. I was almost pushing it too far, to the point where by the time it got to summer, I feel like we both just were totally burnt out on it. But then just in the midst of that, we met Ollie, and then it just kind of moved it naturally on to the next chapter.
I'm not sure what we would have done if he hadn't joined the band, because like the two, I don't think it would have been as fun or as interesting as trying to rehearse and practice doing it as a two-piece.
I think, yeah, I don't know what we would have done. Different thing, I think. But I'm glad it's went the way it's went, and I feel like we've put in a lot of practice now and we're just ready to play some gigs, but here we are back at square one again.
I know, doing this.
I actually don't mind doing this for a wee change.
That's what I'm saying, it's quite cool. I'm quite comfortable doing it now, so it's kind of...
Yeah.
We had talked about getting a December gig, like a show in December, and we talked about maybe booking a venue to do our own show. I'm just glad we didn't go down that route.
We have put the wheels in motion for some kind of virtual gig. I think that's just a thing I think that's worth having, just capturing our first kind of set as a band and doing our best version of it and put it online and then it's there for people to see. Hopefully a live gig will be a different thing as well. You know, bear that in mind. If it ends up coming out, you end up watching it. Live thing's a totally different thing again, but it's just good to let people remember that there is bands out there, there is new music, there is stuff happening. We care so much about what we're doing, we put so much effort into it. Why not make the most of that effort we've put in, you know, and show it?
Yeah, and I think going in to do this sort of studio live gig at Jamie's is going to be good, because it'll give us an idea about how things might sound in the future with Ollie, because we could go into Jamie's and track drums in there for the next album, for whatever we start working on. What's really exciting for me is that Ollie's got some songs already in the bag that he's been working on, stuff that he didn't release when he was doing his own solo album. So he's already sent some of them through, and I'm really excited to get to work on them. It's inspired me as well to go and get my MIDI keyboard back from work and get it back home and start writing some new songs of my own as well, which I think is going to be quite good. I think you're right. I think if we could all bring 2 or 3 songs.
That's the point in a band, isn't it? That's what I was saying. Like, see the Clash, me and Ollie were talking about the Clash, like he's not really listened to too much of them, but basically them as a band, they're kind of the typical template of a band. They done like 4 or 5 albums and then all fell out and broke up, but everyone in the band, their sound evolved from like being a straightforward punk band to the end where it was like all mad world genres and all these different things coming together. But one of the biggest things that they kind of done with each other was they forced every band member to have at least one song on the albums, which I think was a great idea, because actually some of the songs that they ended up doing ended up being their bigger songs. Like the drummer, he wrote Rock the Casbah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he played the piano on it and the bass and the drums obviously, and there's quite a lot of percussion and sound effects and stuff. He done all that, and then the guitar player came in, and then Joe Strummer came in, and you know, just made it a hit. But it just shows you sometimes the more underdeveloped your idea is as well can play into your favour, because it leaves room for other people to contribute to it on top of that, which is a great thing.
Yeah, I definitely think, like, so far some of the tracks that Ollie sent through, and I think it's quite good, and it kind of shines through a wee bit his influence. He's got quite a heavy prog influence as well, which I quite like. There's some real, like, some really nice ethereal hooks and sounds in some of the tracks he's doing, which I really like. And
brings a different mood than what we've already got.
Yeah.
But it also fits in nicely. So.
I'm excited to be working on new stuff, because I think we had to work. Well, we didn't have to work too hard, but I think there was definitely a conscious effort to put some tracks on the album, like the wee filler tracks, you know, the wee short ones, and to kind of break up, because you and I like pop, hooks, melody, big choruses. You know, I think we both share a passion for that, and that comes across in the music, I think. But I think it'd be nice to do some more kind of stripped back stuff.
Yeah.
And I definitely think Ollie will bring that to the musical equation. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting and working with Jamie again, because Jamie's such a good laugh. You know, he's a really good vibe, and it'll be nice for him not have to learn the songs and play kit and record and do everything at the one time. So it'll be nice for him just to be sitting recording. And
it's worked out well, because that last gig we done with Jamie, for anyone that doesn't know, we done an online gig with Jamie, which we pre-recorded at his place, and basically that's worked out as like a dry run for what we're going to do. But this time, and the first time we done it, what we had to do was show up, set up all the gear, learn all the songs, and then try and record as many good takes as what we could in 2 days at Jamie's place. But this time we're practiced always there. Jamie's just going to be helping set up stuff up and, you know, manning the recording equipment and all that sort of stuff, takes all that off on top of playing, you know, because I'm just looking forward to going in, just doing something different again. And do you know what I'm actually looking forward to? I'm looking forward to mixing it and messing about with it and getting back in that zone again.
I like working with the video stuff as well. I think it'll be nice.
Yeah, the video stuff as well. Yep.
It is good. It's good fun. Just takes a bit of time, but it's nice to work on, especially when you've got a good sound. I was really impressed with the sound that he was able to get when we were in the last time. I think this time it'll be different with Ollie obviously being there, but it'll be nice to kind of see and hear what we could sound like, even if we were to go in and get a radio session, you know, a live radio session somewhere, which would be nice. I've done quite a few of them in the past, and we've been asked to play in February, I think it's the 9th, at the Hug and Pint. We've also hit up a few other people about getting some shows. There's a great band, I think they're from Boston, I'm not sure. I'm really disappointed that I only found out about the gig, but that band, Nation of Language, that are coming.
Yeah, you sent me that.
It's sold out, and I'm really gutted because I loved their first album, and I've just realised they've got a new album out as well. So they did an album in 2020 that they brought out, and then they brought out one last year as well. So they've just been knocking that stuff out, which is great to see. But I've just seen that their European tour has been cancelled, unfortunately. The UK dates are going to be going ahead. I've messaged PCL just to see if there's any chance of getting some kind of media pass or even a support. I can't see who's supporting, but it would have been nice to maybe try and get something like that. I was also thinking do we maybe go, because I've messaged the band a few times and they've got back to me, do we maybe go and do a Dare Mist Monday with them?
This is the kind of things I would love to be doing. I'd love to be going to gigs and getting to know people a bit more.
And then maybe they might be able to sneak us into the gig. Yeah,
like developing a relationship that way rather than just like cold calling people on the internet. But do you know what? I have to say, I'm actually pretty glad that we're on the up and coming and that we weren't on the cusp and then all this has happened. And like, imagine you just in 2020 right at the very start.
The ones to watch do nothing for 2 years. Yeah, gutted that couldn't get tickets for that, but yeah, I might message them and just see if they're up for doing a wee Dare Mist Monday just before the, you know, sound check, or maybe after the show or something. But no, it's been a really, really good year. Yeah, I think you're right. It has been a year of two halves, and it's
been a good year for us as a band, but as a year, it's not up there for me.
a bit. But looking forward to 2022, and
yeah,
I know people have been asking when are these remixes coming out. They are coming out. We've had so much. We've just been rehearsing them.
Yeah, they've all come out.
Forgot about them for a wee while. It's like, oh, we've got these remixes to put out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get these remixes out. Del Prez, who has got I think he's doing an album launch, I think in March, February or March. So try and get along to that. He's done a remix of one of the tracks. He's done a remix of Red Light. Michael Bannister under Caveza has done some remixes for us, which are sounding really, really good. Ollie's going to do a remix of one of the tracks as well. So that could be like a wee remix EP that we put out at some point.
Yeah, so the idea with that is that once all that's ready, we're going to put it out, but we're also going to do it as a kind of reignite the album tracks as well, and maybe try and get some more of them out, maybe not as official singles, but try and get some airplay, or some of the tracks maybe that's been remixed and stuff. So we were talking about doing music videos and stuff like that a while back, so maybe get back into that. But I mean, there's so much that the amount of stuff that we could actually be doing is off the scale. Adding more songs to our live set.
I was just
another thing.
I was thinking about that the other night. I was having a listen through the tracks, and I'm really excited to add more, because we've only done, how many? 8 songs in the set, something like that. And there's a few of the tracks that we've not even rehearsed yet, and I'm really excited to be putting them together, connected.
Tearing Me Apart would be
Tearing
good.
Me Apart, which I think will be a good live track. I'm looking forward to putting them into. We should start, that should be the next thing we start doing, because we've rehearsed quite a bit now on these tracks. We should start introducing them.
It would also be good to have a wee cover or two just in the bag, because you never know when you're going to need a cover. Just be nice to have a few songs that people know as well.
Yeah, so that's us. That's kind of roundup of the year. I hope you get a chance to listen to lots of new music this year, and we'd like to thank you for all tuning in. You've been watching Dermast Mondays. I've been Ali.
I've been Craig. Remember to drop us a wee comment. Did you have a good year? Did you have a bad year? What's your plans for this year?
And we'll catch you next week on Dermast Mondays.
See ya! Bye!
Just like the old days. And cut.